I've obviously got right adjacent houses all round me, and Christmas lights and flashing twinkly things everywhere going in. So this time of the year I seem to get an awful lot of QRM, and it's over the past week or so it seems to have migrated itself stronger across HS. So I'll give it to after Christmas until the lights come down into January, and if it's still there I'll have to investigate deeper, because I'm just presuming it's lights at the moment, but there you go. Just the other station I can hear Andy G1AJH down in Winterbourne Stoke, was it something like that? Dorset Way, I don't know
Close.
where you are.
Wimborne Minster.
9+15, you're absolutely cracking signal into me here in Basingstoke. I'm actually in a village called Oakley, which is just it's about 5 miles to the west of Basingstoke on the Andover Road out of Basingstoke. So not quite in the town, but not too far away either, that kind of thing. But that's about it, and I haven't really heard any other stations. I've kind of got my pen in hand and notepad and ready to go to make some signal reports, but it's my phone keeps beeping with other messages and stuff, and what I'm doing today as well, so it's all a bit mad here, but there you go, no problems. I'll pass it back to you, Tony. Hopefully you're hearing me okay, and I'll let you chuck it round to some of the other guys, and I'll make some notes of signal reports. M0RIF from M0CJM.
M0CGM, Mike 0 Romeo and Fox. Fantastic, just creeping over the 9. Neil, beautiful signal, as was Andy, as was Steve actually, and in fact I can hear Dave in Inverness pretty well, and Al just up the road from me, no problem whatsoever. Christmas lights, yeah, Andrew Cartwright in Felixstowe, one of our fellow group members, was suffering from Christmas lights, but he did tell me that the person with the Christmas lights has now gone off to Norfolk area, so he's lost the QRM, and I've got a set of flashy lights on the front of my shed in the garden, not causing any problems at all. In fact, they actually flash when I transmit on the radio at night, so it's the other way around. Right, let's put it round to Al, just local to me. Golf 8 Papa Echo Whiskey, Mike 0 Romeo India Fox. Have you got any Christmas lights up, Al? Over.
GAPW Tony, yes, of course, Tony. I have Christmas lights up in the garden. We do it every year. It always used to make us laugh. When we first moved to Dundee, there were very few Christmas lights, and one of the local councillors decided that Christmas lights were a bit tacky, and with that, then we thought, there's a challenge I need to meet. So we went out and bought some Christmas lights and put them out on our back garden, and we're on top of the hill, and we found an equally tacky neon Rudolph that used to glow quite nicely for many years, and as you came down the hill into the town, the first thing you saw when you came around the corner was our lights across the fields, which always used to make us giggle. Who we got here? We have, Andy, hi Andy, 5 and 9 plus 10 to me here, but you're over there is also, I think I'd speak to you. Tony, you obviously end of the meter. Dave up there in Inverness. Hi Dave, I'm not sure if you're picking me up or not, but you're 5 and 8 to me. That's 5 and 8 to me here. And Neil, hi Neil, nice to hear you. 5, 9 plus 10, nice strong signal into me here, so again, not sure if you're picking me up there where you are. And Steve, hello Steve. Up there in North Devon, Somerset area, you're 5 and 7 to me. The only thing I would say about your signal is I've got the audio analyzer up, and it looks, I'm getting a lot of bass coming through, bass frequencies coming through to you, but when you're going up through the spectrum in the audio spectrum, better reach. I get very little to the west of me over towards the States and that side of things, and I get a fair, Europe's not too much of a problem, certainly, pretty good, but further afield I struggle a bit, and it's frustrating me, and I need to think of something I can do to improve it, but without further ado, I'll come back to you, Tony. Lovely, thank you for running that, great idea this morning, it was really good, got me out of bed a bit early, so that's always a good thing. And I'll hand back to you. GAPW, handing back to M0 Romeo and Foxtrot.
Mike 0 Romeo and Foxtrot on an impromptu Tutmore listening post net. There'll be more of these. I'm actually trying to get a club call sign from Ofcom, but it's proved slightly more tortuous path than I expected. But I'm hoping we can do that. And yeah, fantastic. Well, thanks for the signal reports between everybody. That's very, very useful. I'm so lucky here. I've got reasonably low noise, and it really pays off, especially on the higher frequencies. I've been sort of working stations in Canada on 60 meters late at night, and even the signal down in the 3 and the 4 region, signal wise, is still readable. There is a little bit of QRM just creeping in from the sides now, so I'll pass it to Steve up in Minehead. Sorry, I got your QTH wrong. And yeah, doing a great job with your with the 10 watt, Steve. And I know that initially I think you had quite a few noise problems on receive as well. It's just a huge problem these days, and it's the power supplies for equipment which is the biggest culprit, I find. Not the actual item itself, but the power supply. They're the things that kick the rubbish out. Mobile phone chargers, computer power supplies, if it's the cheap ones, absolutely dreadful. As for getting out of bed this morning, I was up quite early. The wind was blowing, really quite frisky this morning. 6 o'clock, I was up. Tea, coffee, listening to the radio. I'm absolutely worn out now. I'll never make the rest of the day. But thanks for those who managed to get on this morning. I'm glad it's not too many, because running a huge net, it can bit of an art. It really is, and I'm not very good at it. But right, let's go around. Tell you what, if we pass it to you, Steve, and then we'll go around once more to Dave, Andy, Neil in Basingstoke, and then back to Al, and then I'll probably call it a day, because it'll probably be getting nearer to 10 o'clock. I've got some things to do. But anybody else wants to take over the frequency, go for it. That's what it's all about. Steve, up to you in Minehead, and thanks for all your contributions to the group, and congratulations on your connection with the National Coastwatch Institute as well. Good on you, mate. Mike 7 Whiskey Romeo India, Mike 0 Romeo India Foxtrot, over.
Mike 7 Whiskey Romeo India. Thanks, Tony. Firstly, Merry Christmas to everybody on here. Hope it's a super one, and 2024 is even better than 2023. Yeah, as far as my knowledge, I'm getting a lot of it is my antenna. It's a anti-pole for 20 and 30. So, yeah, I've been able to get the antenna analysed on it, so I have no idea what effectively there is anything really. So I'm hoping that that's a net thinking in key. And I also, on your recommendation, there's a 1491 transformer makeup kit, and I'm in the middle of building that one up again. So hopefully, come in the year, it's just a real thing or something. My notes, I'm getting it fluctuating, 1 minute we're coming through crystal clear, the next minute we're all coming through out of the roof. So I guess that's something that I'm going to have to learn to live with. To new to this thing, it's a big learning curve for me. So I'll hand over to the next guy along, and wish you all a very Merry Christmas, and this is Kevin to the air. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Steve. Thanks for your comments. Those HF kits are good, aren't they? I've got a selection of RF chokes, balance, and a 49-to-1 transformer as well on the end of an end-fed wire, and it really is they're good quality kits. Right, well, I'll tell you what, I reckon we better just quickly go through the group. I'll go back up to Dave in Inverness, and then I'm going to head off at the end of that. Thanks so much for calling in, and thanks for those who are group members. Appreciate your input. There's always something somebody knows or puts on there that helps somebody else out, and what with the ability to put videos and voice notes and God knows what on there, with a healthy dose of humour, which hopefully we don't take ourselves too seriously. It's a hobby after all. But lovely to hear everybody on this morning. So just to finish it all off, I'll put it back up to Dave in Inverness, and we'll just quickly go through the group. And again, thanks for everyone for joining in. 2 Mike 0 India Lima Romeo. I wonder if the propagation is still making it up there to Inverness. Mike 0 Romeo India Fox, over.
Mike 0 Romeo India Fox.
Wow.
2 Mike 0 India Lima Romeo. Yes, so this propagation is still good. I'm receiving it also a good 5 and 9. T8 Papa Alpha Echo Whiskey in Dartmoor Alpha. I'm receiving you with 5 and 9. Mike Zero Charlie Juliet, Mike in Beatties Goat Neil, Yoko's about 5 and 8, and I can just make out Mike 7 WRI in Maidenhead, but I'm having noise, but I can just make out, but I find it very difficult understanding what he says. I'll put it back to you, Mike Zero Romeo India Fox. Thank you very much, Tony, and I wish you a very Merry Christmas.
Fantastic. 2 Mike 0 India Lima Romeo. You're 5 and 8 with me. Really nice signal. Nice audio too. I was going to comment actually, Steve, your audio, I think it just might need a little bit of attention. You're readable, but some of the bass and treble might just need a bit of a tweak on it. But I don't know what adjustments you've got on that radio. The modern radios have got so many adjustments. Luckily, the 7300 is reasonably easy to set up. Some are harder, some are easier, but I wouldn't panic too much though. Dave, yeah, lovely. Thanks for calling in. I think you came back to my initial call, so I appreciate that. Really good signal from up there in Inverness. Wish you a very happy Christmas. I know from our conversation earlier it's not going to be a white one, but have a great time. Andy, round to you, mate. You're melting my antenna from Wimborne Minster. Golf on Alpha Juliet Hotel, Mike 0 Romeo India Fox, over.
Roger, mate. Mike 0 Romeo India Fox with the group, Golf on Alpha Juliet Hotel. Well, I knew he didn't come back on this over because I just think fiddling around with the labyrinthine connection between various antenna switches and the linear and the Pulsar antenna tuner and all that, because I'm trying to get the Icon 706 plugged in here as well, mate, so that I can get my finger out on 60 metres and rejoin you guys. I did think I'd one day get round to doing a little mod that the ST450 needs, but geez, it's been so busy with work, building up this new business and stuff, so haven't got round to it. But Steve and Alan and Neil and Dave, I've really enjoyed the chat this morning. I'm very grateful to Tony for putting on not only the Dartmoor Listening Post Facebook page, but also now this net. I think it's a cracking idea. And as we say at work sometimes, a short meeting is a good meeting. We don't need nets that go on for 4 hours and have 200 people on. It's just much better, mate. You can have a bit of a yak and get to know people as well. Really excited for Christmas now. I'm going to go in the kitchen and start cooking, so I'm going to get on with it. So with that, I'll say 73, Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year to all of you. So back to you, Tony, and no doubt I'll see you at an airfield in the new year. Mike 0 RAF in the group G1AJH 73.
G1AGH, thank you very much, Andy. Thanks for your good wishes and your comments, and you fly safe, mate, and I'll see you up there, don't you worry. You'll be coming up on my Sky Echo at some point. Yeah, no, I agree. Huge nets that go on for an eternity, where you end up celebrating a birthday halfway through because they last so long. Not so good. Al, round to you, and then we'll finish up with Steve again, and then that'll I reckon that'll do us. And I shall head off into the kitchen to. Actually, no, Al, thinking about it, yours will be the final one. So, no, you won't. It's Neil in Basingstoke. What am I saying? It's Neil then Basingstoke. Get your list right, Tony. Then I've got to head off to the kitchen and start making some mince pies, because apparently I'm the king of short crust pastry. Neil, round to you, mate, and beautiful signal from you. I've made quite a long video. I'll put it on the page. It'll take ages to load up with my internet connection, but then you can all pick your own bit out of it and see what you sound like. Mike 0 Charlie Juliet Mike 0 Romeo India Fox.
From M0 CJ returning to the group. Yeah, good, no problem, Tony. Thank you very much for setting this up this morning. Much appreciated. It's been enjoyable. And as I said, I'm not a major net fan, especially those that go on for hours and hours. And I tend to listen, but I always haven't got much to say, if you know what I mean. But no, it's all good. It's all good to pop in, say hello to members of the group and all that. And so hopefully, I'm suffering from, as you see from the video I uploaded, I'm suffering a bit of QRM here this morning, just crackling across everything, and I'm just hoping it's lights or such, or something somewhere's changed locally. I've been getting quite a bit of QRM around the 135 megahertz area lately, just tuning around the band, a lot of electrical crackle, and I'm just wondering if whatever is causing that is actually starting to change, if you know what I mean, because it's a similar kind of sound when I go onto AM. But we keep an eye on things. If not, I'll put some reports in or something to Ofcom, because last time I had that, they were quite responsive and come out within a few weeks. So there you go. But that just leaves me to say Merry Christmas to everyone in the group. It's been lovely participating this morning. It's nice to hear some of you, and sadly one or two of you I can barely hear. But I don't think conditions are particularly great. But it's better than nothing. It's better than nothing. It's been very enjoyable, and I wish you, Tony, and the good lady wife there and the family an amazing Christmas, and I'm sure I'll catch up with you again soon over the next couple of weeks. And this year we're going to do it. I'm going to pop in for a cup of tea, most definitely. It's too easy. Keep saying soon, and time keeps flying by. And who knows what happens to 2023, but maybe 2024 will be a bit slower, you never know. Anyway, back to you, Tony. Thanks very much. Merry Christmas to everyone in the group, everyone on the band, on the frequency here, and I'm sure we'll talk again in the not too distant future. M0RAF from M0CJM, going to listen in for a bit more. I think might play a little bit more radio for half hour, then there's jobs to do, so there you go. M0RAF down there in sunny, I mean sarcastic, Devon from M0CJM.
I was chuckling then. Mike Zero Charlie Juliet. Mike, it's not sunny, mate. No, it's grey and overcast. The wind's gone down, thank goodness. But no, thanks for your comments, mate. You have a great Christmas as well. We do pass by Basingstoke a couple of times a year on the way up to the in-laws, and we've in Pack Lane in Basingstoke, a friend of my, a friend of both of us, school friend of my wife lives there, so we drop in and see her. So yeah, lock up your radios, mate. I might be passing through, but you're more than welcome to come in for a cup of tea, mate. That'd be absolutely brilliant. Hopefully next year will be a slightly better year in lots of ways for lots of people. Right, last one on the list would be Young Al over in Bovey, and then I'm going to head off. It'd be nice to have an hour this morning. What I'm going to do, I've just left the video running on my phone. I'll stick it on YouTube, and then I'll pop a link on the page later on, and you can quickly spool through and find your bit and see what you sound like, and also just see what other stations sound like at my location. Luckily, I'm Christmas light free. I agree, Ofcom can be quite hopeful at times in sorting out QRM. I've never needed them yet. I've managed to sort it out myself, but yeah, you know, we don't. Do we pay for them? I suppose we do out of our taxes, don't we? So we get our money's worth, hopefully. Right, last but not least, Al over in Bobby Tracy, literally a couple of miles to the west of me or northwest of me. Golf 8 Papa Echo Whiskey, go ahead.
Golf 8 Papa Echo Whiskey, returning Mike Zero RIS. Yeah, thank you, Tony. Thank you for running the next morning. And thank you for running such a cracking group. As the other guy, I think it was Andy, said what a great group it is and how helpful and useful it is for information. And it's certainly the most, the group I go to more than any other amateur radio group if I want to learn something or find out some information. It's been really good, and it's been great to learn lots of new things as well with how to pick up information and signals and different stuff that goes on that you can listen to. So thank you to you and all the other admins. I think Andy is, are you an admin or Steve? One of the, I think Steve might be, but anyway, I've seen the names on the group, and it's been great to hear voices to some of the Facebook profiles. So thanks everybody, and send it through to you. All have a fabulous Christmas and New Year. Stay safe and well, and yeah, look forward to having more of these in next year with any luck. So thanks again, Tony. Have a great Christmas to you and the other half and the family, and Lola, of course. I hope Lola has a great Christmas. And yeah, catch you all again soon. GAPW, that's MORAF.
GAPEW. If Lola, for those who don't know, I think you all do, is a big dog that I help look after. Yeah, we saw her just before Christmas, and we're seeing her after Christmas, which will be good. Thanks for your comments, you have a good Christmas as well. And right, I'm going to migrate to the kitchen now, have a cup of tea, and knock up some mince pies. I might have to have a second breakfast as well. But I wish you all very, very happy Christmas. And if I don't speak to you before, which I probably will, Happy New Year. I think I'm the only admin on here this morning. One of the most regular admin is Andrew, G7 Mike November Sierra, who lives in Felixstowe. We've also got Steve in Torquay and Ian up in Nottingham, who do a little bit of adminning as well. But it runs itself to be quite. The number of times I've ever had to do anything, remove a post or modify is very, very limited. It's lovely. Everyone has a good natter. Thanks for coming in. I'll leave the frequency. If you just fight amongst yourselves now, it will go to mayhem. But have a very, very happy Christmas. Thanks for joining me for a short but sweet net this morning. Actually, I'll say that. Best part of 50 minutes. 7-3 Zalt, Mike 0, Romeo, India Foxtrot in Liverton near Bobby Tracy in Devon. And in the first of hopefully many impromptu Dartmoor listening post Facebook group nets, and wishing any stations listening happy Christmas. 7-3.
Merry Christmas, mate. 73 G1AJH out.
Thanks guys, have a great time. 7-3, and hopefully a safe and peaceful Christmas. Cheers.